Mexico City has one of the biggest metro systems in the world. But today what I want to talk about is it safe to ride as a foreigner visiting Mexico City? And I have a personal attachment to this question because I got robbed on the metro in my first day in Mexico City. I got pickpocketed, my phone got stolen. I actually made a video about that. I'll link that video at the end of this video if you want to see that. But I want to move on from that, and I want to kind of tell you how I feel about Mexico's metro today, 3 months after getting pickpocketed. First off, I want to point out the obvious, which is that I'm not actually filming this video in the metro, and there's two reasons for that. The first reason is safety. As I've learned and as I've been warned by many other Mexicans, it's not a good idea to have a big expensive camera in the metro. It makes it more apparent to pickpockets that I am a target and that I'm someone who might be kind of unaware of how things work here. But number two, and this is actually maybe the bigger reason, is that, you know, Mexicans work really hard, and I know that a lot of people who ride the metro are lower income people, and I just don't feel comfortable like putting my camera on people who are just coming home from a long day and they just want to like get home. They don't want to necessarily be in my YouTube video. That's just the way I think about it. Maybe you have a different opinion, but that's why I'm filming in my room instead of on the metro. But as you notice, I do have footage from the metro. Most of this I just shot on my cell phone. Most of it is just showing you guys the trains and the surroundings. And the reason I want to do this is to point out that, guys, Mexico City's metro is beautiful. I used to live in Paris, and you know, Paris is like a pretty well-known city. You know, it's got a pretty well-known metro. Guys, the Parisian metro smells like pee. And the reason it smells like pee is because of all the pee. A lot of people pee down there. And I know that's not like a fun thing to talk about, but it's true. It's just an old, stinky place. It's kind of fun to ride a couple times for like sentimental reasons, because you feel like you're like back in time because the trains are so old and rickety and everything smells. But overall, I would say, like, if you're just judging which one is better built, which one is more modern, which one works better, I'll take the Mexico City metro any day of the week. Don't think because Mexico may not have the same GDP as the United States, for example, that you're going to have a second-rate metro. No, you're going to be blown away by this place. And one of the things that blew me away is how much artwork there is in the stations. In fact, every single station kind of has its own unique feel, its own unique design. The one I'm showing you now is the Insurgentes metro, which is right between Roma Norte and Zona Rosa, a very popular part of the city. And look at this beautiful artwork. And look at these pictures of different metros from around the world. I mean, that's just a cool thing to feature, you know? It just makes your commute home a little bit more enjoyable when you get to see that stuff. Another metro that I passed actually had some kind of pyramid right in the middle of it. So clearly a lot of work has gone into designing this metro, that is for sure. But visuals aside, because I know that's only one part of it, how was the experience of actually being in the metro, and how do I feel about it as someone who was robbed riding the train? Well, let me say this. I still like to take Uber when possible. A big part of that reason is security. Another part of the reason is that when the metro gets super, super busy, which it will, you're like this, right? You're just like stuffed between bodies, and it's not very fun. So I would consider the times when everyone's getting off work as a time that, well, if you want an experience, you're gonna get one, but it might not be an experience that you enjoy. Because I don't enjoy being that squished on a train, personally. And I don't think most people do either. But if you can avoid those peak hours and you can find a metro line that takes you exactly where you gotta go, it can actually be quite a bit faster than taking an Uber because the traffic in the city is so crowded. It's ridiculous sometimes. And another reason, a quite obvious reason for some people, is that it's cheaper. It's only 5 pesos to ride the Mexico City metro. That might be the cheapest metro system that I've ever encountered. I don't know of any that are less than 5 pesos. The metro is a place that has its problems. It has its pickpockets. But I feel like now that I'm a bit more experienced, I kind of know what to watch out for. If there's a crowd of people, I'll always kind of look around just to see, like, is that guy paying a bit too much attention to me? Is this a team of people who might try to rob me? Because they usually do work in teams. So if one guy steals your phone, they can pass it along a line of people, and before you know what's happened, it's gone. One technique that I see a lot of Mexicans do is wear their backpacks on the front. And that's something else that I want to stress. This isn't necessarily just about foreigners. I think Mexicans are also quite aware that the metro has some problems and will avoid riding it when they don't have to. But for a lot of people, this is just daily life. They ride it to work, they ride it back from work. It's a side of Mexico that I recommend that you see because it's part of the Mexican experience. Getting to know that Mexican experience is a part of travel. It's a part of why I'm here. So despite being robbed, I'm still riding it. We took it 2 nights ago. I'm just more aware of the issues and more cautious with my belongings. And that's my message to leave with you guys. If you're smart about it, the metro is a cheap, quick, efficient, and clean way to get where you gotta go. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you ride the metro? Do you like the metro? Do you hate the metro? Are you tired of hearing me talk about metro? Well, metro. Okay guys, I'm Dan from The New Travel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.